clean my room? On it. My mom loves to tell this story about when I was 5 or so. She told me to clean my room. I didn't. After a few times of me ignoring her, she said, "If you don't clean your room, I'll clean it, and if I clean it, I'm throwing away anything that isn't put away properly." Well, that got my attention. I went to my room for a while, then came back and announced, "Okay, Mommy, you can clean now. I've put away anything I care about." To be honest, I don't remember doing it, but I'm pretty proud of tiny me. Mom thinks it's pretty hilarious that she got outsmarted by a child. This reminds me of my daughter aged 4. She emptied the toy box all over the playroom, so I told her she had to put her toys away before we went to see Granny. She literally just put her toys away. None of her 2 brothers' toys that she'd spread across the room. I was so proud and livid at the same time, rolling on the floor laughing. Haha, that reminds me of a story my mum tells me from when I was in nursery school, primary. I was around 3/4. We were reading a book that I'd already read at home, so I was chatting away to my friend. And my teacher told me that if I wasn't going to sit and listen quietly, to take my chair out into the hallway. So since I wasn't going to sit and listen quietly, as I had already read the book, I took my chair and sat in the hallway. So the school called my mum, and her response was something to the effect of, "If you didn't want her to do it, you shouldn't have given her the choice." A kid in my sister's class was reading a book once under his desk. And when the teacher noticed, he said something like, "Oh, don't mind me. Keep reading." Quote. The kid just stared blankly at the teacher, considered his options, and kept on reading. Edit. Grammar. My grandma made the same feat once to me and my little brother. We just got a bag and eagerly helped her throw away all our toys. My mom made sure my grandma did most of the work as it was her feat. My parents say we were never more happy that we were then playing in our empty toy box. Some of the toys we did get back slowly as gifts, and the rest my parents gave away to the Red Cross. I've had my 3-year-old at the time look at what I said I would throw out and say, "That's okay. We can just buy more." When I was about 5, my mom sent me upstairs to my room as punishment for some infraction. After a little while, I came out and yelled down to her, "Have you learned your lesson yet?" Quote. Honestly, as a mom, don't think I'd mind that. Then, I'd have a clear conscience getting rid of toys, etc. that aren't needed anymore. When my daughter was 1.5 years, we were in Hawaii on vacation. We had the front door and back door open to get the nice breeze going through. My daughter tried to walk into the hall. We said don't walk in the hallway. Then she tries to crawl. We say don't crawl in the hallway. So she stands there, gets this look of concentration on her face for about a minute and drops to the ground and starts to scoot backwards on her bum into the hallway. We then told her don't go in the hallway and realized we had all been outsmarted by a toddler. I tried that with my 4-year-old once. She looked me dead in the eye and said, "Do it." Once I grounded a kid not go outside and play with his friends or electronics. I go the bathroom to find this 9-year-old playing a board games with his friends in his room. I went blah blah, "You're grounded." Then he smiles and goes, "I am sorry you grounded me from playing outside with my friends and electronics. But I may be wrong, you didn't ground me from them coming inside and playing a board games." The mic drop game with this kid, let me tell you. His teacher also tried once to call a meeting over disruption in class. There was a non-English speaking student in her class. The student translator was out sick. One of the mottos of her class was "We have to be kind and help other students." Turns out he was just translating the lessons for the other student. He politely pulled out the class work folder with motto to show the principal. Smiling, staring at her. Lol, that student got moved out of that class along with him just in case he needed to help the other student. Related. Not quite MC, but still some highly legalistic thinking from a 3.5-year-old. My son was digging through my wife's handbag for something. And I happened to know that same day my stepfather, his grandfather basically, had warned him off doing the same in my mother's handbag. So I asked him what he had learned today about ladies' bags. He thinks for a moment. Then, boys don't go in ladies' bags. Right, I say. So what's happening here? For a moment he's stumped. Crestfallen. Then, brightly, Mummy's not a lady. LMAO, that reminds me of a time when my dad was mad at me about something and asked what my favorite toy was. I said my boombox. Okay, I'm going to take your boombox away unless you. My genius tiny child brain came up with, actually my favorite toy is my magic wand. This was in fact my least favorite toy. Somehow he fell for it and was like, okay then I'm going to take your magic wand away. Don't remember the conclusion, but I still feel pretty proud of that one. When my younger brother was 3 years old, he grabbed my cousin's 15F at the time breast while saying, boobies. I heard my cousin say, you don't even know how to count and you're already a pervert? Quote. My baby brother took it as a challenge and spouted 10 random numbers, then proudly replied, there. Can I touch it now? Quote. I tried the same with my kid. And he took a bag into my room to throw away everything I had lying about. When I was little, company was coming over. My mom told me to clean my room. Then discovered I'd basically just thrown everything into the closet. You'll be a grown-up, running around throwing things into the closet whenever company comes over. She scolded me. I'm in my 60s now, and whenever company's coming over, and I'm running around throwing things into the closets, I do have to laugh. I'm not proud of this, but I was so frustrated trying to get my 5-year-old to clean her room that I broke down and tried to explain to her that if there was a fire I wouldn't be able to get to her, and would just have to have replacement baby. She deadpan said maybe that one won't clean its room either, expressionless. A child primed to have an executive assistant later in life. Upper management during layoffs. I've done this intentionally with my kids a few times. Sometimes toys just start piling up. We have save, donate days, where they put away everything they want to keep. Then I come through and donate, toss the rest. Actually works out really well. If you really care about your kids, signs of intelligence like this make you very happy. If all you care about is yourself, you yell and get mad.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.